Hey everybody, it's Steve here. This feels a little strange to be doing this. The last couple videos I've done like this have been at the park, as you know if you've been watching them. So this kind of feels kind of strange. I'm a little self-conscious right now, you know. Right before I turned the camera on, I was thinking, I wonder how long it takes for earring holes in your ear to close up. With my new job, I haven't been wearing them, obviously, because you're not supposed to. I shouldn't have been wearing them at my old job in the first place, but I like haven't put, I got, you know, 2 holes in this ear. I haven't put my earrings in like, you know, coming up on 2 months probably, or something like that. And I'm wondering if the holes are going to close up. I don't really know how I feel about that if they were to. I mean, I've said in recent times anyway that it's kind of time to, you know, grow up, so to speak, and I was thinking about ditching them anyway, you know. You know, but I guess now that it comes to it, and I'm just wondering how long it takes for the holes to close up. That's all. And that was just a random thought, much like, you know, all of my thoughts, but I'd throw that out there because that's what I'm thinking about. That's kind of what I like to do with these, is just kind of talk about whatever I'm thinking about, no matter how random it may seem. I guess it's not really... it's kind of 2 things I'm thinking about right now. One is just about happiness, or lack thereof. I really don't mean to hinge, you know, like everything on a job, but I can say that my former job really contributed a lot to my misery now. Like I just said in one of the recent Kirby's Adventure videos, you know, I'll never be this, you know, upbeat, overly happy person. That's just not going to happen. But I can say what I've been feeling for like the past, off and on, few weeks now, is that my mood has just improved somewhat. I'm not going to say drastically, but it's better, and the way that I feel about life in general has improved. So that's all to the good, and I can only contribute that to you know, quitting my former job, because that place was just a cauldron of misery. But anyway, that's in the past. I'm not going to talk about that right now. My new job, I'm content with it. I'm happy there. I enjoy what I do. You know, work is work. There's always going to be little things that stress you out or annoy you. That's just life. That's why it's called work. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Big picture, looking at it, you know, big picture, it's good. It's good, and I'm glad to be there and away from my previous place of employment, which I will try my best to no longer mention here, even though there's things going on right now that are still indirectly a part of my life. I'm going to try not to mention it here anymore, because I want that place to be gone from my life, you know. Anyway. So that's the first thing. It's just, recently I watched a couple of my older videos, which may sound kind of weird, you know, watching your videos of yourself, but I look at these as kind of a moment in time. I know that that's a phrase you know, it's been around since the beginning, but it sometimes helps to look back on where you've been. You know, it's helpful sometimes, and I've watched a couple here and there, and it's just like, wow, you are just miserable. And I can compare that to how I feel like on a day like this, and it's quite different. So so life is good, basically. The other thing, though, I've having said all that, you know, I still am who I am, and I still fall into my ruts and my little bits of, you know, depression, whatever you want to call it. I would call it depression is what I would call it, where I just kind of put off or don't do things that make me happy, such as the video game videos that I'm doing here. I really slacked on in recent, you know, weeks with Kirby's Adventure. It took me way too. It only was on 8 parts, and yet it probably took me like, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months to put the whole thing up. I do get into these ruts. If anybody is watching those, I'm sorry about that. I don't update more regularly, and I can promise all I want to do better in the future. But you know, it is what it is. I have these moments where I'm all into something and I'm full speed ahead, and then it kind of slacks off a bit. But I'm feeling it again right now. I'm ready to do some more, because playing games is what I do, and I have been, even in these periods of absences from YouTube, I still have been doing just that. I'm still playing games. That's what I do. Some more PC games lately, RPGs and whatnot. I will fully admit that I am a D&D geek. I was when I was younger, even up into early adulthood and whatnot, and I still am. And I know it's a nerdy thing. It probably is still, after all these years, it's probably still, you're considered a, you know, quote-unquote nerd if you play D&D, but I've always liked it, and since I don't really have any people that I know that are into it as well, it's kind of hard to play actual regular Dungeons and Dragons. So I've been playing some computer games that are kind of based on D&D, like the games that Black Isle Studio made, Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate, things like that, and so I've been playing a lot of those lately. Not only because of the D&D aspect, but because games like that, RPGs, I find they really cater to anyone who has OCD. I think RPGs really cater to that. You know, the micromanagement of your party and your inventory and your money, and you can just spend hours and hours playing these games if you're the kind of person that I am, where you need to like micromanage every little detail about it. So it's right up my alley, you know, for someone like me. So that's kind of what I've been up to. I've been up to work, I've been up to playing games, and you know, that's kind of all that's been going on lately. There just seems to be no time for anything else. And I've said that, I think I said that in a previous video, where, you know, some things get better and some things don't, or you know, some things change, but sometimes in a different way than you had anticipated. And you know, still, even with 3 days off a week now, I still find that there seems to be no time for much of anything. You know, I am still really reclusive, and I still really don't do much of anything. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and, after I just got done saying how much better I feel about everything, I'm not going to sit here and get all mopey and glum again, but I'm just saying that there's just never enough time for anything. Time is always, I've said this a couple times already, that time is a huge enemy, almost, you know, in I think all of our lives, really. It really is. So that's kind of what I've been up to. That's where I'm at these days. Things are going well, and I've just been living a normal life. Normal. You know, life is normal these days, and it feels really good to say that. You know, things aren't chaotic and crazy, and I'm just things are normal these days. You know, they're not overly good, they're not overly bad, they're just normal. And that's fine with me. I think that's kind of what I want, is just a plane of normalcy. You know? So it's good. And yeah, there's things that I would like to change these days. There's things that I wish were different. But there's always going to be that. It's always going to be that way. I mean, I think if anyone ever says that they're like 100% pleased with how everything is in their life, they're lying, because that's just not true. So of course there's things that I would change if I could, but I can't, and it is what it is, and I'm faster to accept it these days and deal with it in a much, what I think to be healthier way, you know. So I mean, that's kind of all I got, really. I don't know about the lighting for this video. It's kind of a strange point of the day. I know I always make these either, you know, late at night, or I've done a couple during the day, like outside, obviously. But now it's kind of like right around the time when I think the sun's like just starting to go down. So I put a couple of the lights on, and you know, not that I'm looking for, you know, perfection here or anything, but I don't know how the lighting's going to come out on this, but that's alright. Video game, what's next? It was a toss-up between Super Mario Bros. 3 or Castlevania 3. Castlevania 3, I need to, I'm going to have to do a practice run of that, because it's been a while, and I know it's a bit of a difficult game. So, whereas Super Mario Bros. 3, it's like the back of my hand, you know, so I think it's safe to say that the next game is going to be Super Mario Bros. 3. It's been a while since I've done a Mario game. Wrecking Crew is in there, I know, and it is a Mario game, but as far as the so-called main Mario series, it's been a while. And so I'm going to get back into that. So that's what should be coming up next. I can 99% guarantee that that's what's next. And that's it. Oscar, I wish he would get on camera this time, because I know it's been a while since he has been, but he's doing fine. I think he likes to hang out in the bathroom lately. He likes the rug outside the tub. He likes that. I don't know. But from me and Oscar, everyone take it easy. Have a good day. Peace. And I will see you next time, alright? Bye.